Hello, nerds! Thank you for joining me here on Nerd News Clips. This is the second channel. This is the place for all of the short-form content as well as the individual sections and just generally speaking smaller things. If you are into the longer form content, youtube.com/generallynerdy is the place to go see that. With that out of the way, let's get into this. We start today in music, like we do. So first up, we have no follow-ups, no corrections for the music section, though we do have some new music videos and new music to discuss. First up on the docket, Disturbed has released a new single called Hey You off of their new record that is coming out later this year. And there are a plethora of Disturbed fans out there, so I'm going to tread very lightly with this. And I don't necessarily have to tread lightly because it's a pretty solid song. It's not my cup of tea necessarily. I'm not the biggest Disturbed fan, though this does seem to be getting back into an older groove for them. So there is that. If you are a Disturbed fan, you will obviously love this track. If you used to be a Disturbed fan and you kind of fell off with them, give this one a shot because it's not terrible. It's listenable for sure. But if you just generally don't like Disturbed and the kind of music that they generally play, you're probably not going to dig this one. So this is a very light recommend for Disturbed's new Hey You, link down in the description. Our next piece of new music actually kind of took me by surprise. Parkway Drive has released a new single. This new single is called Darker Still. This is a slow burn. This is actually a bit of a ballad, power ballad even, because of the epic solo at the end, but I'm not generally a Parkway Drive listener, but this one just for, even just curiosity's sake, I would say go listen to it. I'm not saying spend money and buy it, but give them your 6 minutes because it's a long song, but give them your 6 minutes because it's revisiting something that not a lot of bands do out in public. Like maybe on the records, the deeper tracks, a lot of bands will give you a ballad like this, but a band like Parkway Drive doesn't usually cut that kind of song, at least not as far as I'm exposed to their sound. So very interesting choice for these guys, and honestly, go check it out. This is a moderate recommend for sure. Again, Parkway Drive, Darker Still, link in the description. And then we're talking about a new Dope track, yet another band I didn't think I was going to be talking about probably ever again, because Edsel Dope has been doing like lots of things in Hollywood and stuff, so I didn't think, the band was really a thing he was going to revisit, and apparently he is. This, I don't remember if this was coming. Oh, I do remember because I put it in the notes. 7th studio album, Blood Money Part 0, will be released February 24th, 2023. That's what this one comes off of. This is a different sound than I remember Dope having. Dope was, they're credited with being electro goth or something like that, some silly subgenre of music. They're kind of nu metal. They're a little synthy a little bit, but they're mostly just like a nu metal band, and at least that's what they used to be. I can see that electro metal thing that I've heard other journalists describe them as in this track. So it's very interesting evolution of sound. I don't feel like I need a shower after listening to this Dope track, so there's that as well, because I've seen these guys live. They opened up for Mushroom Head years and years ago, and it was not impressive, but this was kind of impressive. So this is a pretty hearty recommend for the new Dope track. And then, rounding out the new music section is a song that's not exactly new, necessarily. Technically, I guess it's still new, because the record it's on is not out yet. But it's the new Yen song we've already talked about from Slipknot. They just released a proper music video for it, and I really dig this song so much, that was worth putting it in another episode. So, Yen is a kind of a return to form of my favorite style of Slipknot's track, which is the atmospheric Skin Ticket Scissors kind of track. So on the first record they had Scissors, on Iowa there was Skin Ticket, and they've kind of not really visited this style of song since then. And now they have, again, not to the same degree, but still very solid track, kind of my favorite one off the new record of the 3 that we've heard so far. I really, really dig this one. Very excited for this new record. It'll be out by the end of the year, I'm pretty sure. I didn't put it in the notes because I was in a bit of a hurry. Either way, the new Yen video is worth a watch, and the song absolutely worth a listen. So let's talk about tours. We have a couple of pretty interesting ones. First up is Hubba Stank is going on tour with, wait for it, Lit. Yeah, it seems that the year 2003 is back in full force. So they're on the Tried and True tour. They have support from Alien Ant Farm. Like I said, 2003 came calling, and these guys answered the call. The tour starts October 14th in Nashville, goes all the way through November 8th in Cedar Park, Texas. I mean, even out of morbid curiosity, this can't be a super expensive show to go to, so give it a shot, just because, I mean, Alien Ant Farm, for no other reason but Alien Ant Farm, because those guys rock. But yeah, just weird. And then we're talking about Jinjer has finally announced some new American tour dates. And this one is almost as weird as the Hubba Stank one, because they're going on tour with POD. That is their stable support. They have a couple of other bands supporting them, but they're not throughout the entire tour. They're on different legs of the tour. So first we have Vended, then Malevolence, and Space of Variations will be the openers, it would seem, for the different dates. It looks like they're not all on the same dates. I think the Space of Variations is on a couple of dates with either Vended or Malevolence, but neither Vended or Malevolence are on the same date. So you can check this one out. It starts it starts October 31st, and that is in San Diego, California. It runs all the way through December 22nd and ends in LA. There are some dates outside of California, I promise. Go check it out. You can find a link to pre-sale tickets down in the description. That is all we have for tours. We have a couple of pieces of regular ass news that we're going to get into. The first and foremost is a passing in the world of music. Cradle of Filth one-time guitar player Stuart Anstis has passed away at the age of 48. Stuart was on the first 3 records, I believe, from 95 to 99. So not the first 3, but the 3 there in the middle where kind of Cradle of Filth became a thing that people listen to all over the world. So pretty significant in the history of Cradle of Filth. This is the era of Cradle of Filth that I am the most familiar with, though the most recent stuff is not off of my radar by any means. So just kind of, it's a weird, I didn't see the report. It didn't say, as far as I could see anyway, what was the cause of death, but 48's pretty young, man. So there's got to be something crazy going on. Either way, we're going to take a moment for former Cradle of Filth guitar player Stuart Anstis. Okay, so from the heavy one, we're going to go to the goofy one just to kind of balance things out. So there is something going on iTunes right now. A song that came out 19 years ago is #1 on iTunes, and nobody seems to be able to tell me exactly why. It's all over music news media, but nobody really understands the reasoning behind it. Evanescence put out a song called Bring Me to Life. That song came out 19 years ago and never peaked above #5 on Billboard. It is now #1, so the first time this song has reached a #1 on iTunes, which is not insignificant. It is the #1 played or downloaded song on iTunes. At least it was as of this morning. Very well could have changed by now, but just a weird kind of thing that, I don't know, maybe you have an answer for why this is. Let's talk about it in the comments or over on the socials. I don't know, something crazy is going on. So all right, there's our goofy one. Let's get into the better news, right? So Kittie, as we have kind of been covering, have done some dates, kind of nostalgia dates on some very small tour and a couple of festival dates. And now it seems that Miss Morgan and her sister Mercedes are getting the bug to put out new music. There is nothing set in stone yet. I don't even believe they have a proper band lineup currently because of, things that have been going on behind the scenes, but Morgan was quoted recently in an interview as saying that new music in 2024 would be awesome. I think I'm paraphrasing. She might have said cool, but something. Is this, I don't know. Their first 2 records were totally listenable. The last 3, I'm pretty sure they put out 5 records before they went on hiatus. So the last 3 records were unremarkable. Is this something that we need? Is Kittie a compelling enough name for us to go spend money on their music again? I don't know. I want to hand this one off to you guys as well. Is Kittie a band that can have a proper career going forward, writing new music like, other legacy acts? Or is this something that's more of a nostalgia push and they're not going to go forward very much? I can see it honestly going either way, because there were moments of greatness in their latter records, just were only fleeting moments, whereas the first 2 records were like, all right, these guys have something there. So, again, passing that one off to you guys. Our final piece of regular-ass news has to do with one of my favorite newer bands, Avatar. Avatar has apparently already recorded and mixed their next record. What? How does that work? They just put out Hunter Gatherer, I guess that was very, kind of mid to late pandemic era, so maybe they just had a whole bunch of, I don't know. Either way, I'm super stoked about this. But Johannes, the lead singer for Avatar, has been quoted as saying that he wants to save heavy metal with their new record. It has yet to be mastered, it's just been mixed, so there is still another pretty significant stage in the recording process that they are not done with. But it sounds like we're going to be getting new Avatar at the very latest, 2023. That's pretty exciting, I'm not even gonna lie. As more comes out about this, we will definitely be talking about it. Just the fact that they have already recorded and mixed a whole album's worth of material is insane to me, because they've been touring mostly. Anyway, that's what we have for regular news. Let's get into music suggestions for the week. Our suggestion is a new band, a new act, I guess, that my girlfriend actually found. Braid is a black metal act from upstate New York, near the Adirondacks area, actually from the Adirondack forest. It's Native American black metal. It's honestly well done. If you are a regular watcher or listener, then you know I'm not big on the black metal, but dude has something special. Braid, go check it out. I linked down in the description the video to his newest single, Sakandaga, I think. Great stuff. If you like aggressive music, you're gonna dig this. I mean, it's definitely black metal, so it's not for the faint of heart. If you don't like aggressive music, you will not like this, but I think it's worth a listen I don't know, just the landscape of the community is always changing, and this is a great example of that. Once again, this has been just a brief segment from the larger episode that has been posted over on the main channel, youtube.com/generallynerdy. Go over there for the long form content, or just subscribe here if you want it in bite-sized chunks. Thank you very much for joining me, nerds. We'll see you in the next one. Before we go though, always remember that if it's generally nerdy, it's probably here.